Hey everyone, you guys requested a growing your hair out video, and so I'm going to attempt to do this in a timely manner because this is a topic that I really like to talk about. If you know me personally, you know that I worked behind the chair for 8 years, and that put me in touch with a lot of clients that wanted to do this or suffered from hair loss, and it opened my eyes to how much misinformation is out there about growing your hair out and how to grow your hair faster or longer or stronger. And I really like to clear those up because there's a lot of people that are preying on people who are feeling super insecure to try to make money, and that makes me so incredibly irritated. So let's clear up a lot of these misconceptions about hair growth, and I will try to talk quickly and edit this down because I could talk about this for literally ever. So I want to start with hair loss first because this is a sensitive topic and I know a lot of people struggle with it. For men, it is usually genetic. Over 50% of men have male pattern baldness or hair loss, and it has something to do with a certain type of testosterone that men produce. So if you have an influx in it, it's going to close up your pores, not allowing your hair follicles, they're not pores, but close up your hair follicles, not allowing the hair to grow through. There's a lot of people that think, which I don't know if this is actually true or not, but that you can postpone it with good product and not using cheap product that's going to clog the follicles faster. Like I said, I don't really know if I believe that, but you could try it. It's worth using better products anyway, so you're not putting so many carcinogens in your body. But there are some options. There are topical creams like Rogaine or other higher end brands also produce a product like Rogaine, but beware if you start to use something like that. When you stop using it, your hair is going to fall out and it's going to be worse than when you started. So I don't recommend it unless that is like your final option and you are just kind of over it at that point. Male hair pieces are definitely a thing, and they can be done in a way that it is good. It doesn't have to be bad. It doesn't have to look like a bad toupee. There are a couple artists that I follow on Instagram that I love watching their male transformations because they do such good hair pieces. It looks so good. Like every time I'm like, wow, how did you do that? It looks so great. You can't even tell. They can swim in them. It's awesome. There are definitely options out there if you don't want to go the topical route. Also, there's like hair plugs and Bosley and Hair Club for Men and all that kind of stuff, but depending on your financial situation, I always recommend starting with a dermatologist. Start with a doctor. Maybe there's something going on hormonally that they can fix that's going to help before you go into like Rogaine, because I truly don't believe that's a great option. But anyway, okay, now on to women with hair loss. Women suffer hair loss almost as much as men. They just don't talk about it. I dealt with postpartum hair loss very badly with Millie. If you can see, there's still a lot of little baby hairs through here. They're starting to grow out, but you know, it's definitely not a look. So, I mean, I just have to blend them in with my hair right now. A lot of people suffer with it. You're not alone. When you're pregnant, you don't lose very much hair at all. Your hair kind of holds the whole time, so you're not shedding, and then after you have a baby, your hormones regulate and you release all of that hair that you've held onto the whole pregnancy. So you walk around like, why is my hair falling out? All my hair, I have like receding hairlines. What is going on? It's normal. It sucks, but it's normal. So you're not alone. Talk to your doctor if it's really bothering you. If you haven't gone through pregnancy and you are suffering with severe hair loss, go to the doctor. Go get your thyroid tested. I would say like 3 out of 5 times if I had a client in the chair that was like, oh my gosh, my hair is falling out in clumps, it was their thyroid. I can't tell you how many clients I sent to the doctor that had a hormone condition that they didn't know about, and that was the first way it presented itself. So if you have severe hair loss, not normal hair loss, but severe, go straight to the doctor and get that checked because that can be very dangerous if left untreated. For women with hormone imbalances, you can definitely treat that medically, and then they have products similar to Rogaine for women, but I also don't recommend that. I think that it would be better to find other options to figure out why the hair is falling out. The stress hormone cortisol has a big factor in hair loss for women as well, especially something called stress-induced alopecia. My mom struggled with that. I had several clients struggle with it. If you have a super large amount of stress in your body, it can present itself through your skin and hair, and it can create like quarter-size circles on your head of bald patches. If it's underneath the hair, usually you can throw a couple extensions in and nobody will ever know. And then when your body starts to regulate again, your hair will grow back there. There's also like just regular alopecia that your hair might not ever grow back. And if that's the case, then we have people that, you know, they embraced it and they looked beautiful and they could just rock however they, like whatever look they wanted to rock at the time. But there's also tons of wigs, and there's organizations that donate to clients or patients with alopecia to help them get like better quality wigs. So if that's you, search it. There's great programs out there to help you guys out with like finances, because very good wigs are very expensive. Okay, so growing your hair out. I don't know, I guess I touched on everything there, but growing your hair out. Okay, if you follow me on social media, you know about 3.5 years ago, I went with my boyfriend at the time, now he's my husband, to his barber, and his barber was someone I really respected in the industry, and I let him fade the sides and back of my hair. I had the top still, but I loved it. It was so short. I'll try to find a picture to post in here. I had a growing male clientele at the time. I really liked doing men's cuts, and I felt like the best way to improve my skill was to let him fade my hair so I could see what he was doing and feel what he was doing, and it allowed me to get much better, much quicker at men's cutting. If you're a stylist and you're like, hell no, I'm never going to do that, don't do it. It's not a big deal. But for me, it was something really fun, and I enjoyed it, and I had my hair short previously, so I wasn't afraid of cutting my hair short. So during that time, I have obviously, my hair is a lot longer now. You can see it's like past the middle of my back, in the back, and it's like, I don't know, almost to my waist, my natural waistline in the front. This is the longest I've had my hair in years, so I'm kind of done with it, but I'm just trying to be a little bit more patient to see if maybe I want to donate it or cut it super short again. I don't really know yet, but growing your hair out is super easy. People make it complicated. People will try to sell you things that you don't need. People will try to promise you all these like hopes and dreams in a bottle, and it's not gonna happen, okay? Like, I hate to be the one, I'm not trying to dog on people that sell like products like this, but here's the reality of it. Your hair grows because your hair health, which has to do with the inside of your body, it has to do with genetics, and it has to do with what you're doing to your hair, okay? So on average, someone's hair grows 6 inches a year, ½ inch a month. That's average. There's going to be people that genetically have, like, their hair grows longer. My hair grows faster than that. It's genetic. I don't do anything to make it grow faster. It's just what it is. My daughter's hair grows probably about average. Izzy's, if you know my oldest daughter. Hers is about average. My husband his hair grows so fast. So fast. It's insane. His beard too. I don't know. It's genetic. It's okay. There's not anything he does that makes it grow faster than anyone else's. It's just his genetics. You cannot change your genetics. So that's just the beginning. Everyone starts out with certain genes. If your hair grows fast, it's genetics. If it grows slow, it's genetics. So, also hair type can go into that a little bit, but not as much. Okay, so for everyone's hair, your hair has 3 different phases. It has a growing phase, a resting phase, and a shedding phase. So 85% of your hair on your head is in a growing or a resting phase. The other 15% is shedding. That means the anagen phase, which is the growing phase of your hair, lasts from 2 to 7 years. People that's anagen phase lasts to 7 years, their hair has the ability to get much longer than people whose anagen phase is 2 years. So if your anagen phase is 2 years, the max your hair can grow before it falls out is about 12 inches. So if you measure from here to here, like 12 inches is not a lot. People are like, oh, that's a foot. Yeah, it is a foot, but you have to start at the root. You can't start here. So it's not as long. I have never let my hair grow until it stops growing, so I'm not sure what my hair's anagen length is. I would be willing to bet that it is longer than some people's because of the rate that my hair grows. Okay, so besides genetics, you have internal factors like your diet and your stress levels, like we talked about earlier, and your vitamin intake. So you can take one of these overpriced hair vitamins, or you can take a multivitamin from wherever, like a good quality multivitamin, not like a cheap multivitamin from where, like Kroger or something that's on sale for like buy two get 7 free or something. But okay, so get a good quality multivitamin. That's going to make everything else in your body work better, so it's going to allow your hair to grow faster. Your hair is made of keratin and biotin. It is two proteins that are found in your fingernails and hair. Well, keratin is, but biotin, everyone wants to lump biotin in with that. Biotin does not make your hair grow faster. I'm going to say it one more time. Biotin does not make your hair grow faster. What it does is it extends your anagen phase. So if your hair was only able to grow 12 inches, maybe it'll extend your anagen phase to 3 years. So what it's doing is it's allowing more hair to stay on your head at the same time. Your hair isn't shedding as often, so your hair is going to feel thicker, not longer. It's going to make your hair like have more body, not make it grow 12 inches in a week. Also, please realize that this is not overnight fixes. It takes 3 months of a biotin or a vitamin to see results. So if you decide to start taking biotin because you feel like your hair is thin and you think that'll help, great. Take it for at least 3 months before you decide if it works or not. If you take it for a week, you're not going to see anything. So don't expect all this amazing stuff from a week and a half of taking a vitamin every day. That is probably the most common thing that people would try to do. They try to take biotin and they were mad their hair wasn't grown back out in a month and a half. So just know that it takes time, and you can't make your hair grow really faster, not much faster anyway, but if you take a really good vitamin, it will speed it up a smidge, but probably only that you would notice, or maybe your hairdresser would notice if you go see them frequently. But most of that has to do with genetics. And okay, here's another thing. If it's not medical, like so it's not a topical medication that you're putting on your hair like Rogaine, nothing you put on your hair is going to make it grow faster. You can mash up all the avocados in the world and it's not going to make your hair grow faster. It can make your hair feel healthier. It can fill in all the damaged spots on your hair, so it'll make it feel smoother, and maybe will make the split ends feel better, but it's not going to heal a split end. Nothing can heal split ends except for a haircut. So what I always recommended my clients when they wanted to grow their hair out, or if they had like, this crazy damage from something that they've done, or if it was a new client, she had a bad haircut and came to me and was like, I have to grow this out, this is awful. This is what I recommended. Get your haircut good. Get a good haircut at a length that is doable for you. So hopefully you don't have such a bad haircut that they have to just cut it really, really short, but say that like you have your layers are choppy. Cut it to the top layer. Get rid of all your split ends. Take very good care of your hair. Don't use heat tools as often. Only use them when you absolutely have to. Try to minimize split ends. Take a vitamin. Drink a lot of water. And wait. And wait. You can't speed up time. So here's the trick. Take care of your hair. Don't overprocess it. Don't get color every 6 weeks and bleach the crap out of your hair, because then it's going to cause split ends, which is going to cause breakage. So even though you're like, my hair is not growing, it's not growing. It is growing, but it's breaking at the same rate it's growing. So if your hair's not healthy, you're not going to see growth. The only way to see growth is for your ends to be mended or to be healed, because then you're going to see that growth. If they're splitting the same rate it's growing up here, it's breaking down here, so you feel like your hair is not growing. But I promise you it's growing, because you're still coming in with roots. So you can't have roots unless your hair is growing. So your color doesn't fade here. Your hair is growing here. That is something that literally I talked about so much behind the chair, and it was so frustrating. Like, your grays aren't just popping back through at the root, like your hair is growing, and the reason your hair is not growing down here is because it's damaged. So I'm sorry I'm getting on a rant, but this is like, it's not a hard concept. You don't have to buy all this stuff to grow your hair out. What you have to do is take care of the hair that you have, make sure your body's healthy, don't overdo chemical processes, don't overdo a flat iron, don't overdo a curling iron. Just heal your ends and let it grow. Be patient. Don't shampoo every day. You should only be shampooing about 2 to 3 days a week. That doesn't mean not take a shower every day. Like, take a shower, just don't shampoo your hair. Pull it up in a bun, get it out of the water, put it in a braid, whatever you have to do, and just shampoo it 2 or 3 days a week. If you have curly hair, you can shampoo 1 day a week and condition all the time. Wet your hair, condition it. Because curly hair needs it, it's dry. So the best thing for curls, I really do think, is shampooing 1 day a week and then doing conditioner on the ends the rest of the time. And here's just a little tidbit of information. When you shampoo your hair, just shampoo up here. You don't need to shampoo down here every time. Just shampoo the root where the oil is. And then the conditioner only needs to go below your chin. Or if you have shorter hair, then like, halfway down. Don't put conditioner on your root. It's unnecessary. It makes it oily. And then you're going to have to shampoo more. A lot of people say they can't go that long without shampooing. Yeah, because your hair is trained to produce that much oil. Every time you're shampooing, you're stripping your hair of its natural oil. Your scalp needs oil or you're going to get dry scalp, which is going to cause flakes, and then nobody wants that either. So shampoo your hair less. You're going to have to start off training it to produce less oil. So yes, it's going to be greasy for a minute, but it gets better. I promise. If you guys want more details on that, you can PM me or whatever. But really, the trick is you just have to get over that second day and get a good dry shampoo. Shampoo it, dry shampoo the next day, dry shampoo the third day, even if you have to wear it up in a ponytail, and do that for a few weeks, and then by the end of it, you'll be able to shampoo the first day. The second day, you'll need just a little dry shampoo. The third day, you might need a little bit more dry shampoo, but you can probably still wear it down. The less you shampoo your hair, the less oil your scalp's going to make, and that causes you to actually need to shampoo less. The reason that shampooing can be damaging on your hair is it dries it out. And I saw so many people that were like, I don't use conditioner because it makes my hair greasy. Where are you putting the conditioner? Don't put it on your scalp. That doesn't help. Put it on the ends. That's where your hair needs moisture. And also, use good product. Don't use cheap product. You can buy good product on a budget. You just have to realize that you need less of it. So you can buy, I don't know, how much is like a cheap shampoo for like, what, $3 or $4? You can go and get a nice shampoo for under 20, we'll say 16. I think you can buy a lot of Redken, I think, for like 16, maybe less, depending on where you're buying it from. But the difference is Pantene and Tresemme or any of those like cheaper, lower end brands, you need a lot because it's watered down, whereas a professional brand is going to be concentrated, so you only need a quarter of amount, like a quarter size of shampoo, just a teeny little bit. Shampoo your hair, rinse it, teeny little bit more, shampoo it again 2 times, shampoo your hair twice, rinse it, put the conditioner on. The reason you shampoo twice is it gets your scalp really, really clean, so you're not needing it as quickly the second day. This is like so rambly. Like, I don't know why you guys are watching these videos because they are just so long, but I'll just keep making them if you guys keep watching them. If you guys want to subscribe to the channel, that way you can get notifications when I upload, that would be great. You can like this video if you liked it. If you guys want to leave a comment of what you want to see next, I know braids, that is one that I'm definitely going to do. It's just going to be a longer video to film. Probably not after I edit all the mess ups out, but to film it's going to be a little bit longer. And I only had about 20 minutes today, obviously, because that's how long this is taking me to film. But I appreciate all the support I've gotten from this channel. I can't even begin to tell you guys how many of you have reached out to me and asked me questions about like your personal hair stuff, or just, been so nice. Like, I just can't get over how nice everybody's been about this. But that is the 3 steps, I guess, to growing your hair out long is get it healthy, shampoo it less, and leave it alone. Stop messing with it all the time. You can't have bleached out hair and grow it out. You gotta pick one or the other. You gotta either have healthy hair that'll grow, or you gotta be comfortable with what length you have it at and keep going at it with the lightener and the flat iron. So how I grew my hair out, honestly, was a bunch of dry shampoo, a bunch of braids. We talked about my bun issue that I'm trying to get better about. But that's really it. You have to get it healthy and then just leave it alone. I only color my hair maybe twice a year. I gloss it and tone it more than that, but I only lighten it maybe twice a year. Now, if you have grays, I understand that you can't only cover your grays twice a year, but if you have your natural hair color and you like your natural hair color and you want to grow your hair out, get a less maintenance style or a less maintenance color. The more ammonia and peroxide you're putting on your hair, the more it's going to break. I mean, I don't care if you have the best stylist in the world. You can only do so much to avoid breakage when you're putting strong chemicals on your hair. Olaplex does amazing things, but it is not magic. It's not a magic wand, but it is a helper. It is a friend to you. Use Olaplex. Pay the extra for it. You will not be disappointed. But it can't grow your hair for you. It can't take your split ends and put them back together. It can only do so much. So just know that and take care of your hair, and don't use crappy products on it and then wonder why it's breaking, because your hair is the only thing you wear every day. Like, you'll spend $300 on a pair of shoes, but you won't spend $20 on shampoo. Like, that to me has never made any sense. It's like buying like a Range Rover or a Ferrari and then taking it through those crappy car washes that scratch your car up. Like, no, you wouldn't do that. You would take care of it. So since you wear your hair every day without choice, take care of it and your skin. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!